Hi guys, so welcome back. It's day 8, Friday morning. We're on the home stretch now. So this morning, when we're in season, this is when we'd be doing our grocery store deliveries. We'd be messaging the members of our subscription service for our Monday deliveries, just making sure they're home, kind of letting them know when we're going to be dropping off or they're not on holidays or anything like that. And we do our restaurant deliveries, and we'd screen some soil and prep our trays to save some time while we're planting. And then tonight we'll sanitize and soak our pea seed. So, I'll give you guys an update on the grow room for the last 24 hours. So our humidity crept up quite a bit. It's at 51%, our high was 56, our low was 40, and then our high was 84 degrees Fahrenheit, our low was 59, and right now we're at 68 degrees Fahrenheit. It's pretty wild fluctuations, but the crops seem alright. So kind of what my plan is, I got this heater running. I'll bring the temperature back up to around that 75-80 mark, and then after we water, I imagine the humidity will shoot right up, and I'll shut the heater off and then just unplug the dehumidifier, only because when they're both running, that's when we flip the breaker in this room. So I'll have to figure something out there, a little, I guess, better longer term solution. But anyways, everything else is looking really good. If you can see we got our peas, and then over here we got our sunflowers. You can see how much they shot up. Try to bring this actually over here. So here's our peas, they're looking really good. Here's our broccoli, really happy with how they're looking. And then here's the radish, you can see it's pretty dry, starting to fall over a bit, so we'll get those watered. And then here's the sunflower. You can see with this blackout dome from yesterday's video just how much they shot up, kind of reaching for the light, so that'll definitely help us improve our yield. So I'll start with top watering the peas and the sunflowers, and then we'll just go through each one of the crops. Probably should have done this before I watered, but you can always look at your roots. You kind of want to make sure they're nice and white and healthy. You can see now I got my water kind of running out, but they look really good. Here's the sunflower. Show you guys the root system on these. So they're nice and white, looking really good. We'll give these a nice top watering. Our light schedule right now, we've got 16 hours on and 8 hours off. That's the light schedule we're running. I'm pretty happy with that. Then here's our radish. See if I can show you how we bottom water them. And just get a close up of when you can tell your crop's dry. So you can see down here, it's kind of falling over, and you can just see the color, how brown that soil is, so it's pretty dry. If your crop's falling over, that's, you're kind of struggling for water. So it's one thing you'll want to watch for. So now the rest of the way we'll bottom water our radish. We only top watered it after we initially unstacked it. So what I'll do is I'll actually let that water soak in a little bit. Sometimes when you bottom water and if you pick them up then, they kind of make a mess. So here's the broccoli. So I'm really happy with how our broccoli's looking. That's, you know, it's turning out really well. We've got one more tray to get here too. Put this back on. Same thing, I just kind of like to fill it above the little ridges in our 10-20 trays. So that'll be good for these. And then I'll just put all these back on the shelf and then give you guys an update of our crops we have germinating. One thing I like to do in this room, or I'll do after I guess, is any water that's kind of laying around, I make sure I wipe it up. It just kind of helps reduce the humidity. You don't got your dehumidifier trying to suck that water up. So here's our peas. What would this be now? I'll actually pause the video and I'm just going to clean this table up. So you can see the little bit of a mess, all the seeds from the radish and the broccoli kind of sit in there. So before I unstack those other trays, I'll just wipe that up quick and then I'll start this camera back up. So talk to you guys in a bit. So here's our peas. You can see they're just kind of starting to push the bricks upwards to this way a bit, along there. So this should be a 60-hour update. I imagine tomorrow morning they'll be ready to be unstacked. Or maybe close to it, I guess. But see quite a change from yesterday morning. Kind of getting their little stems coming up. So those are all looking really good. Here's our sunflower after 60 hours. So they're really starting to come along nicely. And then I'll show you the 24-hour update for our radish and broccoli that we planted yesterday. Just any seeds I'll just knock back into the tray. Like I said, when we're doing this, like in our growing season, we don't open them up or anything like that. So what I mean by that is like take the tray lid off and look at them every day. But 24 hours, there's not too much happening yet with the broccoli. Kind of really no germination. But as you've seen previously, it doesn't take them long. The broccoli and the radish are pretty quick growing microgreens. So the last one I got to show you is the 24-hour update for our radish. So a little bit of action, but same like the broccoli, not too much going on yet. It's all looking pretty good. So I'll just cover this back up and then put it back on the rack. What I'll do now is I'll just turn all our fans on and then I'll kind of wrap this video up. So to wrap up this morning, we watered all our crops. Everything's looking really good. Our lights are on a 16 on, 8 hours off. We've got these fans moving the air around kind of in a circular pattern. Really good airflow, helps reduce your mold and kind of crop disease and everything like that. So I'm happy with how everything's looking so far. What else happened today? If your crop's falling over, kind of like this radish, it usually means you're underwatering it. So I'll maybe, when I'm sanitizing and soaking the pea seed tonight, I'll come in the grow room and show you guys how the radish is, standing right back up. It's not a huge deal. If you guys, any of the equipment you see that we're using in these videos, I'll have a link in the description below where you guys can go and get the exact same equipment we're using. And if you haven't already, I guess we're only on day 8, so subscribe to the channel, hit the like button and notification so you guys can see I guess we're on the home stretch, so the last 5 to 6 videos we have here. So hope you guys enjoy this, and we'll talk to you guys later tonight. Thanks for watching. Hi guys, welcome back. It's Friday evening, and tonight we got to sanitize and soak our pea seeds to plant tomorrow morning. So you can see with this microgreen Q-week schedule, I'm sure you guys have all downloaded it, but if you haven't, it'll be in the description below, along with some grow guides and sanitization sheets you guys can download. So thought I'd give you a quick update of the grow room. We got the dehumidifier that's been running. But right now, the high for the humidity was 50. Right now it's at 38, which is also low. And our temperature was 73 degrees Fahrenheit and the low was 70. So pretty happy with that. Everything's looking really good. You can see we got our peas up here. They're looking great. Here's our 3 trays of broccoli. They're looking really good as well. And over here we got our 3 trays of radish. And then up here we got our sunflowers that are really starting to green up with that kind of their first 12 hours under the lights. And then down here we got our broccoli and radish that are germinating. And then here we got our peas and our sunflower. So kind of what else can I show you? But the fans shut off for just filming, but they've been running. This is our dehumidifier that's been running all day. You can see it's got quite a bit of water out. So what I usually do is I try to empty this bucket every 12 hours or so, just so I don't have standing water sitting here. Like it's not trying to suck it out of the air, just to put it back in a bucket to suck it out of the air, I guess, if that makes sense. So that'll wrap it up for the grow room update. I'll turn the fans back on and then I'll see you guys in the sanitization area where we soak our seeds. I'll talk to you guys then. Hi guys, so we're back where we do our sanitization work. We got our pea seeds right here. And then we got our sunflower seeds down there. So what I'm going to do As well with these peas and sunflowers, I'll just do one tray. So instead of doing 900 grams, we'll do 300 grams for our peas and just 170 grams for sunflower, just because I got nowhere to really move that much microgreens. So because we'll have more trays coming later this week again. So that's what we'll do. So we'll start with the peas. I'll measure out 300 grams. It'll actually be a good learning experience for myself too, because I've never just done one tray. I've always planted in increments of 3 to stack them and everything. So we'll see how this all goes. $310, that'll be close enough. You guys can see the $310. That's for the peas. So let's put the peas off to the side. So the one thing with microgreens, hopefully you guys can kind of see it in this 2-week series here that I'm doing, is none of this is really all that time consuming, like the growing side of them, but it does become repetitive. Like if you're doing this, like we were doing it for 6-7 months, which I love doing it, but I do know some people, you know, if you're not one who likes repetitive tasks, growing microgreens might not be for you. So something to think about if you're new or considering getting into microgreens. It's just one of the things that kind of come with it. That being said, on the other side of it, how repetitive it is, it's very easy and very quickly to, you know, fix your mistakes and become relatively, I guess, efficient at growing them. Kind of the upside to the downside of being repetitive. Like if you would have seen some of our first radish trays, they're pretty bad. That was before we were misting our trays. We would just put the seeds on there in the wet soil bed and kind of get germination rates of almost like 50%. So we'll do our first rinse here, kind of rinse them in the sink, but I'll fill this bucket up a bit, give them a good rinse, and then we'll measure out the sanitize solution. So if you haven't watched the previous videos, I highly recommend you guys watch those, but we do this initial rinse, just get any kind of dust and debris off the seeds, just with warm water, and then it just kind of has a clean seed for the sanitize solution to kind of sanitize or make contact with, I guess. So with our sheet at 300 grams, that'd be 0.3 of a kilogram, so we'd need 1.5 liters of water. So with our bleach, our little sanitization sheet I'll have in the downloads below, you'll see 1.5 liters of water with 12% concentrated bleach is 26 milliliters. 1.5 liters of water. So just with like kind of, I guess, the circumference, I guess, of this bucket, I don't know if 1.5 liters would really be deep enough to cover all the pea seeds, if that makes sense, just how wide the bucket is. So what I'll do is 1.5 is kind of the minimum we need, is the recommended practice, so I'll actually bump it up to 3. So I'll do 3 liters, just to make sure that, you know, like the water has enough depth in the bucket, like it's deep enough that it's covering the pea seeds. Hope that makes sense. But so at 3 liters, I just picked a random number above 1.5 just because I have a 3 liter beaker. That is 48 milliliters we'll need. So that'll just be more water, but still is that same 2,000 parts per million solution that we need for an effective sanitization rate. So that's what I'll do. Measure out 3 liters here. So there's 3 liters. So I guess 3 liters is 53 milliliters. If you're looking at your sheet and you're confused, I looked at the wrong line. So I'll add 53 milliliters into there. So I'll give that, it needs a minimum of 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. Just want to agitate it. You can see the peas are in there, they're nicely covered. Happy with how that turned out. So now we'll measure out our 1 tray of sunflower. Just zero the scale. So 1 tray of sunflower, that'll be 170 grams is what we're doing per tray. $179 might be 171, so that'll be good. So I'll dump these in this bucket. So any of the supplies we use, whoops, I'll just have a link below, like where you can find these, mesh buckets, our 3 liter beaker, where we found this off Amazon. How we can connect a regular, like any sink faucet to a garden hose. That was a tough find. That was a pain for a bit. Made our life a lot better having that. Been super handy with this hose and different hoses. So we'll do the first rinse now. Just with warm water. So you just want to kind of move the seeds, make sure they're getting good contact with the water. Actually just give this a quick rinse in the sink too. So 70 grams, that would be 0.07, or 170 grams, sorry, that would be 1.7. I'm not even sure what that would be. But the same thing, I'll just do 3 liters, and then I'll do 53 milliliters just so the sunflower seeds are covered as well. So our 3 liters. You want to just make sure all the sunflowers, like none of them are kind of caught up in the bag. They're all sitting at the bottom. Then I'll just put the sanitize solution in there. And then I'll let that sit for 15 minutes. And I'll come back and we'll do our final rinse and then we'll set it up to soak. So I hope that makes sense for you guys. Why I went with, like for the peas, how it's supposed to be 1.5 liters. and then went with 3. If you have any questions, I guess just let me know in the comments. But basically, just how wide this, like our buckets were, I didn't think the water would be deep enough with only 1.5 liters to cover the pea seed. So that's why I went with 3. But otherwise, you know, you can just follow the formula kind of on these sanitization rate sheets. You just want 5 times the volume of water to your seed. So if you have 1 kilogram of seed, you want 5 liters of water. If you have 2 kilograms of seed, you want 10 liters. And then that's kind of how that works. So hope that makes sense. If you have any questions about it, just let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them for you. We'll talk to you guys in 15 minutes. Hi guys, welcome back. So it's been 15 minutes and we're ready to just give them that kind of final rinse before their 12-hour, I guess 10 to 12-hour soak. So here's the peas and then here's the sunflower seeds. So what I'll do now is I'll just quickly rinse both of them and then we'll let them soak for a while. So while they were in their 15-minute soak, I was just agitating with my hands, you know, moving them around. Just that way I know for sure all the seeds are making contact with the sanitized solution. So that's 2 rinses for the peas. And then I'll just fill this bucket up and then they can soak overnight. So same as I mentioned in the previous videos, you want to make sure you have enough water so when the peas expand that they don't absorb all the water. So that'll be good there. And then I'll just open this net up. So we'll just set the lid on top. Here's our sunflower. It's the only bad part about using these kind of mesh laundry bags is the seeds kind of get caught up in them. It's not a big deal, but it would be a negative, I guess. You can see after 15 minutes, kind of like a light iced tea. So let's rinse the walls of the bucket off. So this rinse is to just get the sanitization solution off of the seed before the soak. That'll be good. And then now I'll just fill it up. So as I mentioned, some people put like a bucket in here or like a weight on top to push the seeds down. I haven't found it makes a huge difference, so we just let it kind of sit like that in the water. And just make sure our bag's opened up so all the seeds are not stuck or anything like that. And that should, wrap up this video. So tomorrow will be a bigger day. We'll do an update on the crops in the grow room, and then we'll plant our pea and sunflower. I'll do that in the morning. It says to unstack the pea and the sunflower, but I'm not sure if they'll be ready to be unstacked. I'll take a look at them tomorrow. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.